from both of you, what are some suggestions as to how we can break our addiction from social media? How we can, in other words, balance it out. There's good in it, bad in it, as you both said, but how can we balance our time on there and balance it? Yes, who would like to start? There you go, brother.
Brother Muhammad, you guys speak more scientifically.
Yes.
Sometimes I work with people in the car. Most likely, actually, my wife drive, or the people, and sometimes I drive. But I see the people mentality of the people, either Quran or a lecture, and other people, no, all this kind of music and stuff like this. Believe it or not, this kind of mentality is the shaitan whispering to us. Shaitan whispering, the shaitan. Okay, give my attention here. Everyone, Sunnahfollowers, may Allah bless you all, inshallah. What is shaitan, Satan wanted from me, from you, for us? Anybody can tell me what shaitan wanted from us? A lot of people go, oh, Shaykh, to make us to leave Islam, to leave Islam. No. Shaitan one thing we need from us. Give me attention. Shaitan want this heart, my heart. If the shaitan hold my heart, I lose the fight. And this is very important. That cell phone, this iPad, and this laptop, you can a lot of benefits, and the opposite. Who choose? You. Allah Azza wa Jal. وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ. Allah giving you brain, give your brain. This is right and this is wrong. You choose. Life is very short. Yes, brother. Take advantage. And something before I finish. Inshallah, Aris University, we offer diploma, only 1 semester diploma. 2 years or 1 year, 2 years. If you get it, this is free 100%. And you can go bachelor degree, master degree, PhD, and we offer that. Me, I'm gonna teach 3 subjects. 3 subjects. Aqidah, I choose that. Why? That's very important. And fiqh, a lot of people, the fatwa and halal, haram, Sheikh Google, Sheikh Siri. And the most important, seerah, but not the seerah of Rasulullah only, the fiqh of the seerah. That inshallah started 11th of this month. Join us inshallah, Sunday, 10 o'clock, our Eastern time.
Yes, Brother Muhammad. And also, Brother Muhammad, they added this question for you too. One of the sisters here on YouTube, she said, and also, can you tell us how to protect our privacy on iPhones?
I'm just going to say, I'm not an iPhone guy. I don't like iPhones whatsoever.
Me neither. I thought I was the only one.
I look at the symbol of the apple that's been bitten. It reminds me of Adam and Eve, the snake, the shaitan. iPhones are terrible. My whole family has them except for me. I just stay away from iPhones. I don't know iPhone's privacies. I just can tell you that each app has their own privacy settings that you can go into whenever you download them. Go back in the store that you purchased them from. Like for me, it's the Play Store. I don't know what they call them in the app store. I think it's the iPhone. And you go in there and you kind of just see what you've downloaded, click it, and see what you're allowing that app to do, right? Because some of the apps you can't use them unless you let them have the camera access, like YouTube. I think YouTube, you can't really do anything other than let them access your camera. What I will tell you guys to do is cover them. The richest of the wealthiest people, Mark Zuckerberg, all these people that are like in charge of everything, Amazon guy, whatever, they always have their screens, their cameras covered and their microphones covered. Because at the end of the day, I did a whole thing at one of the churches where I had my phone open and I kept talking about the country Iceland and how I wanted to visit Iceland. And after 15 minutes of me talking about Iceland, I told the parents and the family members and everybody that was there, open your phones, go on your first app and see what comes up. And I'm going to tell you about 65% of the phones have Iceland advertisements or tickets to Iceland on Groupon and all this kind of stuff. So it's always, people think law enforcement is always listening. We don't have the capability to keep listening to everybody's phone conversations. We don't have the money. We don't have the means. We don't have the technology. We don't have the people, the manpower. We don't. Who has access to that is people like Google, people like YouTube. They sell your information to all the people out there. And that's what we have to kind of combat, right? This thing, the internet, is very addicting. And they know this. They've had studies, many studies since the internet boom happened, that the side of your brain that comes up when you're watching YouTube, it is that the euphoric feeling, the laughing, the whatever, the pleasure sense of our brains light up the same way people's brains light up when they're doing cocaine. I mean, it's amazing to see how the internet and drugs have the same type of addiction. The way you can combat that is very difficult. It's very hard. The biggest thing I tell people is being self-aware, right? We do this whole thing about self-awareness, right? Knowing when you're eating too much, knowing when you're smoking too much, knowing when you're drinking too much, knowing when you're online too much, right? Knowing when you're joking too much, when you're just if you keep saying I'm just kidding, you're joking too much. There's a limit to what we do, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always tells us everything in moderation, right? Everything in moderation, moderation, moderation. As a person, not a Muslim or not Muslim, as a human being, if you don't know yourself, who is? Right? If you're not aware of your limitations, of how you have to stop yourself from doing certain things, it's like putting your finger in the socket, right? I know if I put my finger in that socket, I'm going to get electrocuted. Guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to put my finger in that socket. The moment I pick up this phone, if I know that I can't stop myself for at least 2 hours, I'm not going to pick up that phone. I'm not going to pick up my tablet. Let me fill my time up with something that's going to benefit me. If you're not that person that has strong willpower that's going to use that for 2 hours to learn something, educate yourself on something, then do something else that's going to make yourself more productive. As a parent, if you have your kids, and if you're the kind of parent that I've seen go to restaurants and give your kid a tablet just so you can eat in peace, and they're playing on their tablet, they're watching Cocomelon, you are those types of parents. I'm sorry, but that's a mess. I've seen it happen. I go to the halal restaurants, the Muslim restaurants, and I see these Muslim parents doing this, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like, how dumb can you be, saying, hey, I just want to have 5 minutes of quiet time. Let me give my kid Cocomelon for the time that we're at the restaurant. That's weak. That's bad parenting. That's terrible parenting. Talk to your kids. Educate your kids. Download those apps. As a parent, I download all those apps, not just for my own sake, for my work, but just so I can see what my kids are doing. Right? And learn how those apps you can turn off the privacy. Facebook makes it so difficult for you to put your privacy in. TikTok makes it so difficult for you to delete it. If you have TikTok, go to deletion and see how hard it is to delete your TikToks. The app will not let you delete it. It'll say, okay, we'll wait 2 weeks until we let you delete your app. In those 2 weeks, they're going to go through your stuff and they're going to start making sure that they don't want anything. It's crazy. It's creepy. It's scary. And I think the more people know, the better. Because look, you can't keep our kids away from the internet. If you take off all the internet off your kids, they're going to go to school. They're going to hear from their friends. And then their kids are going to feel bad that they don't know what they're talking about. Right? Because unfortunately, a lot of the Muslim people now, the Muslim kids, the Muslim youngsters, they're very weak emotionally. Right? For me, I don't care. I taught my daughter not to care what people say, not to care what people think. She doesn't care. She plays basketball. She misses a shot. People make fun of her. She's like, yeah, whatever. I've taught her how to be strong. My son, the same thing. He plays soccer. He falls down and he trips over the ball. He kicks the air instead of kicking the ball. People are like, oh my God, you suck. He's like, yeah, I suck. Cool. Whatever. I've taught him how to be strong. As a parent, you gotta teach your kids to be strong. Do not care what people think. Only care about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala thinks. We only fear that. That's it. If you're doing everything right, you have nothing to worry about.
I wish Brother Muhammad next Fridays, 9 o'clock at the same time, we're going to continue the